T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1, 0, and liftoff.
Joy Seekers are live.
Well, let's have another go.
Not another go.
I go away for 1 week and StreamYard have changed everything. StreamYard, what are you trying to do to me?
That's your punishment for going on holiday. See? We need you.
No, you went chasing. He didn't go on holiday.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
wherever. He wasn't
I'll
here.
let
We know
Steve
that
is the
much.
chaser.
He wasn't where he was supposed to be.
I'm trying to beat the Chasers. I was in the Elm Street studio, if anyone wants to know. There you go. Right, okay. Moving on. Right, let's get rid of that. Say no. Right, how is everyone? We're back. We're always back. We never been away. What is that?
Oh, Terry.
No, it's not me.
If anyone wants to listen to the intro again, crack on.
That wasn't me. Well, it might have been.
Right, anyway, let's have a quick look. Right, who we got in the house? Russell's here, first of all, and John, and Steve, and Jay, and Brian, and We Go Adventure. Don't know.
We Go Adventures. I need to check them out.
We Go Adventures.
I've forgotten the name again.
Yeah, Chuck.
Oh, Chuck, yeah. And
Sally's in the house.
Sally, and hi guys. I think that could be
That's
Shane.
Peter VC.
Oh, Peter, yeah. Peter's got a new Facebook group for quality videos only.
Yeah.
Matty's Drone World, hey.
Matt is here.
And Steve. Hi, Steve. Missed you yesterday, mate. Really missed you. And, and Mike. Mike's here as well. Hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Yeah. Good day yesterday, Mike. Yep.
And Shane.
And Shane. And that's Shane. Right. Okay. Right. So.
Who's Shane?
Yeah. Shane. He's my co-pilot.
Oh, of course. Of course.
If you look at that picture behind me, he's one of them people down here. He is.
Is that little guy?
That one there.
That one. This.
Where?
And if you look, that there is Chris. I know that because he couldn't find us. We were hiding around the outside of the building.
Hey, Steve.
What? Chris Pickering.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, Chris was there yesterday.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
Before we get too far into the show, I think you owe our audience an explanation on exactly what you were doing last week, and I think you just need to give us some details.
Right. Well, I was at L3 Studios in Boreham Wood, and I was in the audience of Beat the Chasers, a new series, Celebrity Specials. There we are.
Excellent.
Well, a lot of people like me probably don't know what Beat the Chasers is. Maybe you can just explain it a little.
Well, Beat the Chasers is a game where you have 6 expert quizmasters or quizzes. They've got lots of answers, lots of questions. And basically the idea is a contestant goes up against them and they take on either 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 chasers. And each time, you have the contestant has 60 seconds. The chaser has less than that. They nominate how much money for a certain amount of seconds. Then the game starts, and then the question's got the contestant, the chasers, and the time's ticking down. And if at the end of it the chasers run out of time, the contestant wins the money. 9 times out of 10, the chasers beat the contestants because they're infinitely brainier than anyone goes on there.
Yeah, you've got to have so much general knowledge.
And there was 5 celebrities, and all I can tell you is someone from Antiques Roadshow won £15,000. and someone from Game of Thrones won £100,000.
Wow.
Wow.
One more question, Steve. Did you take the DJI Mini 2 with you, and did you fly it above the studio?
You see, they had a problem with that.
There's actually
I said to them, can I fly the drone? And they said, we think
No.
not. And I said, fair enough.
They said rotate. Talking drones, there's been a couple of good bits of news in Spain. Initially, the Valencian government, which covers Alicante, Valencia, and Guadalajara Segura, have now got drones on their lifeguard pitches on the beach. And they've actually built a proper drone landing pad. And so they're using those now to search for or assist in rescues. So that's quite good. So I'm waiting for the winter and I'll take the drone down and use the pad.
Before we go any further, I think before we go any further, we better introduce our special guest because he's sitting waiting in the green room and he's probably getting fed up like I did last week, waiting in the green room.
He's probably drinking all the bloody gin.
Yeah, get him out of there.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so here he is.
Let's welcome this week's Drone Seekers live show special guest.
It's Billy.
Billy.
Billy,
What
welcome
up here?
to Mad Hour, which is normally called the Drone Seekers.
What an intro.
Steve,
There
I'm
you
in
go.
the wrong place.
Oh, goodness sake.
He's just
You go
arrived.
there, Terry.
Yeah,
That'll do. Yeah, I'm just trying to work out whether it's right or not. Well,
yeah, that's good.
anyway, welcome, Billy. And yeah,
Thank
see,
you.
where else would you get an intro like that? I mean, where
No,
else would
no.
you get it? There you
That's
go.
It's a bit
Special,
special
that
now.
Now, Billy's joining us from Gateshead.
That's right.
And for our American friends, Gateshead is higher up than we are. And it's not in
Way
Scotland.
high.
Scotland.
Just before Scotland.
Yeah, just before Scotland. That's right, yeah. So
It's way high.
if you imagine England, all I'm going to say is Cheryl Cole.
No,
Yeah.
I prefer to say that Hadrian's Wall.
Cool.
Adrian, yes. My son lives up there.
Right?
He lives in Newcastle.
Newcastle, aye. But I'm originally from Sunderland, so I wouldn't say
my
that.
brother does, and I shall be up in Newcastle in about 4 weeks' time.
Oh, will you?
Well, I'm passing through.
Yeah, the second piece of news from Spain, if you don't mind my saying,
No.
they've now started the Policia Nacional on, I think it's in the Balearics, have started a specialist drone squad. And they're operating in and around the towns. And anyone in violation of the drone rules, the fines go from €55 up to €225,000.
I'll settle for the 55 then.
Yeah.
So, Terry, when you see him coming to you, you yell out, "Policia Puerco!"
Yeah. Well, you're better off. Well, they're going through the towns mainly, and anyone that starts to fly, like I know people have been flying their drones in Benidorm. Well, you don't do it, do you? So we keep well away from it.
Hey, so Terry, you just brought up a good point. Now, in the United States, I can easily get approval to fly in controlled airspace using an app, and it's called LAANC. Is there any kind of equivalent in Europe that you can quickly get permission?
I know, Ross.
No,
You have to write a letter.
Just email.
Nothing to do with paperwork in Spain is quick.
Yeah.
Nothing.
well, it took us
I
6
think you've got
months
to
to get
email
our
controller.
registration.
What does it say?
Exactly.
Manana in Spain, yeah.
Mañana. Yeah.
Mañana. Yeah, I'm here.
John lives in Sunderland, Billy.
Well, I'm originally from Sunderland. Hi, John.
Oh, yeah.
So I pulled it up on the map. I pulled it up on the map here, and I'm looking staring right at Gateshead. So that is not considered the borders region.
No.
No,
That's
Borders-
south.
He's not near Brian.
The borders is where Brian
about 40
lives.
mile out.
How far
Okay.
is it, Billy? Is it about 70
40
miles?
Uh,
Or
about 40 miles further north, isn't it?
Got you.
40 miles, yeah.
more?
Come on, let's get to the important questions. Billy, what drone have you got?
I've 3 drones. I started off on a little Tello,
Yeah.
which my son bought us for my Father's Day. I have a Fimi 2020, and I have a DJI Mini 2.
Cool. So the Tello got you into it, yeah?
Tello goes into it, and then I bought the Fimi, and I bought the DJI Mini 2 just to do tighter things with it. As you
Yeah.
might see in some of my videos if you've seen them.
Excellent.
Okay. Cove Action Dronography is going to Scotland. When are you going to Scotland? When? I want to know when you're going. 'Cause I'm going to Scotland in September.
So that is Chuck Kovac or Kovic. Forgive me if I pronounced it wrong, Chuck. But he and his wife do a video vlog, and they travel, and it's a very interesting channel. So check it out. And
They're really good.
he honestly
He's going late September. Unfortunately, I'm going the beginning of September. So, never mind. Right,
Yes, I subscribe to his channel, Marcus, and it's good.
Yeah, good.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I was thinking, talking about my trip away in September, and I thought of a problem. I thought, well, normally you go out flying for a day, and you take your drones with you. When you come home, you take your SD cards out, and you transfer them to whatever, and then you format them and all ready for the next flight. But what do you do if you can't do that because you haven't got a computer?
Carry
Or
multiple
SD
cards.
cards.
No, without carrying any more SD cards.
But where are you going, though, in September?
I am driving up to Newcastle and I'm going to Scotland.
You can put them in
Why
your
don't you
phone.
take
Steve.
a laptop with you with some SD cards? With some,
I bought this.
yeah.
What
What is it? A
What
external
Okay.
SSD?
is you put hang on, if I can get the thing out.
You put your SD card in it.
SD card, you put your SD
Take
card
the
in
stuff
here,
off.
and then you connect either a hard drive or whatever, some storage device. There's a little button on the side there which says, I'll see it. I'll get it right way up.
So you're going to transfer your files onto it. without
Basically,
actually
you take
CD
so you
going
take
on it.
yeah, basically you take the SD card out.
Oh, I wouldn't
put
trust
it
that.
into that.
I want to see those look like.
But you can also tune in with your phone to make sure the files have transferred as well. And it
What
takes
size SD card have you got, Steve? Look,
about 64 gigabytes.
well, got a big SD card, you're not needed.
I was going to say, if you're flying with your FPV, you've got what, 40 minutes, 35 minutes of flying time on 3 batteries?
Yeah,
Well, less than that.
What's
If
the
you're
biggest,
flying in sport mode.
biggest SD card you can get? Does anyone know?
120.
Well, I use 128. I don't know if you can use a bigger one.
Well, I've just got 1 terabyte stick there, which
Cool.
is going to back all that up.
Excellent.
You can get. I know you can get SD cards in the terabytes. Now the consideration there is whether the drone will read or card that big Jackie.
I think the highest is about 128 gigabytes. I think it was
I think 128 is the highest they'll take.
Yeah.
Steve said, "Where's your footage from Magpie Mine?"
Magpie Mine.
At the moment, Steve, it's in there.
Yeah.
Behind you.
Oh, I did take a screenshot from it. It's behind you. Look. It was something Yorkshire Drone says 256 gigabytes.
256, yeah.
But what I'm trying to say is I'm trying to work out. I mean, because I found that you can buy a hard drive you can put SD card in, provided you don't mind spending about 350 quid to do it. I thought, no chance. This thing was £49.
I do all my editing on a hard drive on this little baby.
Yeah.
Hey, Jackie. So I'm very interested in what you're saying. So you're actually editing directly off that hard drive. In other words, you do not transfer that footage to your laptop at all.
No, my laptop can't handle it.
No, that is the problem. This is the problem.
I have to run the software and the editing program on the 4 terabyte, is it? Yeah, 4 terabyte little drive that I've got plugged in with a USB.
So let me ask you, Jackie, is that an SSD drive or actually a disk drive?
SSD, I think.
Got ya. Makes sense. No, that makes sense because that would be faster. Yeah.
The chap was making a good point there. He says mostly better to use smaller SD cards because if you do happen to land in water and you don't get it back, then at least you've got some footage. Very good point. Oh, Jackie. She would know. And the auction drone says 256. Saying £92 for a memory card.
Hey,
I can't remember what SD card I had in my one that swam off to Morocco.
I got to tell you, Jackie, wouldn't that be amazing footage, though? Wouldn't it be fun to retrieve that card? That would be,
Would have been good. But
let's hire a diver. How deep is it?
Just a thought, though, Jackie. Was you using your mobile phone with your Spark?
Yeah, but I used the screen.
So did you not have the footage on your?
Yeah, I did. I had the low res footage, I think, on that.
If you don't know,
I
Billy,
had low res footage because I made a video of it.
Jackie sent a DJI Spark swimming with the fishes.
Right.
Yeah. I tried to get from Spain to Morocco.
Yeah, I had the super duper. I did that HD footage though, didn't I? Of it going in.
Hey, Chris, how you doing?
Terry doesn't mess around.
Hi, Chris.
Terry Haas does not mess around. He got footage of that drone heading for Morocco.
Yeah.
And then it came back towards us and dived into the water.
Thanks, guys.
I got the splash.
Lovely memories, huh, Jackie?
Yeah, she's going to bring up batteries in a minute. You watch.
Yeah.
Mind you, Jackie, well, you nearly had some footage of a dying Mavic, didn't you?
I did. Yeah, really.
Oh yeah, I know.
That's true.
Because I wanted a bloody Doppler effect, and you said to me, "Do it like this." I did. I've still got the soundtrack.
So, Billy, what's the worst disaster you've had with a drone then? Any crashes or anything?
Yeah. I bought some cheap props for my first Fimi. Nice red ones, look lovely. But I must have worked hardened in flight and one of the blades shot off, which I have some footage of. I seen that in the camera and it drove into a river. I did retrieve it, and it's in my garage at the minute, all in parts. I think it's quite hard to get a gimbal for them. The gimbal was gone, basically.
Have you tried? Is that for the Femi, Billy?
Yeah, it wasn't worth the money, Steve. I looked at them, and
no,
for 300 quid.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, you got to think how much a new drone is. I mean, because these parts sometimes you look at them and think, yeah, right. So you can buy a new drone for that. And so
second-hand gimbal was about 120 quid on eBay.
Wow, that's mad. Carry a small 1 terabyte SSD. Yeah, that's what it was, SSD. Because this is not an SSD. This is only a SATA. I think it's about 2 terabytes hard drive. So, but I'm just trying to sort of reduce the amount of clutter. Chris. So I'm not to thank Chris and Chris, Tim, Mike, Shane for joining us yesterday because and I'm sure I missed someone. It was a very good day flying. We
sounds like you're getting some good time out.
we had a nice evening in Sheffield. Very nice place, Sheffield. And
That's a contradiction.
The weather was really kind to us. I mean, we got down there at about 10 o'clock, and the sky did slowly but surely sort of get darker and darker till it got about 12:30, and we also decided to pack it up, and then the heavens opened, and it really did chuck it down. But then we drove to Ilkeston, and we went to look at a massive big viaduct, all made out of steel.
Oh wow! Sounds
And
good.
Is that the one you volunteered to paint?
I did some. Tim was saying that it needed painting, and I said, "Well, I don't mind painting it, because I'll have a job for life there." it does look in sort of ill condition, as it were. So there we are. Oh, Gary's here. Hi, Gary.
Hi, Gary. Here we in and gone.
Gary, it's all nice to see you. Doesn't matter how long you're here for.
Yeah.
5 minutes, 10 minutes, that's enough. Yeah, so send me your dress up. Oh, you want to go? Oh, you want to go to the? Oh, well, I'm taking you mean Christian. I'm talking about Benley Viaduct in Ilkeston. A nice little drive, actually. On the A6, you like that? But Ilkeston is where Tim comes from.
Hey,
Sorry,
so I've got
Marcus.
a question for Billy. Billy,
Yeah.
what is your go-to drone now? You're going out someplace and you want to get good, solid drone footage. Which one are you taking with you?
I'll take them both. But first one out of the bag is the Fimi. I just think it flies brilliantly out in the open. If it's a little bit tight in woods or things like that, yeah, the Mini's great with the hockey sync too, but I'm just used to it. I think the Fimi. I like the controllers. You can knock it down to 5 meters per second. You can throw the sticks wide and do all sorts of rotations.
So Billy, is that slower than what the Mini does in
Yeah.
it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
On the full stick, even in city mode, it's quite quick. The Mini.
Yeah.
You can't reduce the speed that way.
Do you know what the fascinating thing about the Mini is? We were talking about this, and I've noticed this 2 or 3 times now. I mean, Chris mentioned yesterday it was quite windy at times. It wasn't that bad, but it was windy. And I get more warnings with the Mavic 2 Pro than I do the Mini 2.
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
Oh, it's not too bad in the wind, but it's still it's a light drone. A gust will take it away, like.
Yeah.
Well, so kind of what Billy's talking about is one of the best things about the Fimi is how your mobile fits in the controller. It fits right between, and then you have, and it's really cool because it's just right in front of you. Then I don't know. I really like that design. And I wish more manufacturers would use it.
But for the speed, the sticks you can slow it right down on the sticks. If you go into the settings, the Mini's like a preset. You've got the sport or the normal or the city mode. Other things I like on the Fimi is the free orbit, where you can set it as an orbit and rotate the drone on its axis.
Yeah,
you can go up and down, and you can still go left, right, and speed up, slow down as you're orbiting.
Right,
it's quite good for cine programs. Yeah.
Do you ever go up to Hadrian's Wall, Billy?
Sorry.
Hadrian's Wall.
I was saying, do you ever go up to Hadrian's Wall to fly?
I've done a video on Hadrian's Wall.
Yeah.
On my channel, yeah.
Talking of which,
that'd be good.
We need a link to Billy's channel.
Yeah,
link to Billy's channel. Where's our link, man?
Hi, Luke. Billy, I was going to ask you, so I forgot what I was going to ask you. Anyway. Oh, that's it. John wants to know where you fly in Newcastle.
Newcastle?
Hadrian's Wall.
Not so much. What it is, I do mostly North Yorkshire, because I work in Ripon, which is North Yorkshire, and I generally leave house early and go before work while there's no people there for the uninvolved people and things like that.
Yeah.
So some of the areas I pick more on North Yorkshire rather than Newcastle. I've done local stuff like concert couple of viaducts and things like that, you know, the roundabout.
In which case, I'm just thinking, I think we've actually got...
Great coastal ones up in Newcastle.
This
done their time out. King
It's
Edward Pier,
which is lovely, isn't it? What about the Angel of the North? Have you done that?
Yeah, I've done that one, yeah.
That would be brilliant.
I was going to ask
pretty run out of local stuff.
I was going to say, Billy, how is it quite easy to the Angel of the North? Obviously, I'm going past that in September.
There's a lot of people visit and take photographs of being away, so early doors is better. Get
it nice and early.
The sunrise coming in right in its face.
Yeah, I'll be up there early. Anyway, let's watch one of Billy's videos. You mentioned concert. I'll play Houndsgill Viaduct.
Concert Viaduct. Yeah, Houndsgill. Bit embarrassed now.
Muy bueno.
Yeah, definitely FPV stuff. That
I've got to ask you one thing. I've got to ask you one thing, Billy. You know when the drone comes back through there, did you reverse the footage or did you fly backwards?
Oh, back through the thing. That was a reverse. Right at the end.
Yeah, I
always
thought so. I wonder to fly backwards. I fly my drone backwards sometimes and suddenly get very nervous. We can stop.
Yeah.
You don't know what's behind you. Luke's behind you. What? Smack right your
I was about 350 meters away, so I didn't really want to chance it. You couldn't judge the height from where I was.
So how far is Concert from you? That's
Or
the Lake
20,
District, isn't it?
no, Concert, no. No, it's only about 10 miles.
Might as well go flying there when I come to Newcastle.
Yeah, it's good. Whether a nice place, whether the
Well,
viaduct is.
I'll give it a shout, Billy. If you're about, we'll go flying. If it's raining,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
we definitely won't go flying in the rain. But I'm staying in Newcastle overnight.
No,
so,
I've been out in the rain as well. The female fly in the rain, no problem.
I must admit, I never have. Well, you float. How much rain have you actually flown in? What?
Quite a bit. It was in the forest up at Kielder, near
Right.
Scotland. Again, it's a video on the channel.
Wow. Yeah, I'm done for that bright. As soon as there's one drop of rain, I'm gone.
Well, yeah, I did get a spot of rain on the lens, which spoiled a bit of footage.
Oh,
Hey, Billy, so that footage, that video that we just watched, that was
Yeah.
taken with the Femi?
Yeah.
It's good quality. I mean, obviously, when we show the videos on here, the quality doesn't do it justice, unfortunately, because we are limited, as I said before, to. I mean, it's supposed to be 720. I sort of sometimes.
Is that what you're looking at? I thought it was a bit hazy.
Yeah, you will find, but check Billy's channel out, and you'll find the video. Billy, tell me again what your channel's called.
Sky High, one word. Sky High Videos
There we
UK.
Sky High's videos. Yeah, so check that
Sky
out.
High Videos,
That's what that was. Yeah. I know it was SHV, but I couldn't remember what it stood for.
Yeah.
Did the-
Sky
yeah,
High, Sky High, one word. Videos UK.
Yeah, Sky Videos. So check Billy's channel out. Very good videos on there, and
do it
and I
now.
promise you they are very good quality. So there we are.
So one more question, Billy. So
Yeah.
the video that we just watched, that was shot in 4K HDR?
4K, vivid.
Vivid,
Just
very good.
Vivid.
And so when you select the quality on the Femi, do you do medium or high?
High.
High.
Depending on the light. If there's enough light, high. If there's not, if it's a bit dull, I'll go on.
Here we are.
That's the
Sky
one, yeah.
Videos.
Is that you, Billy? Yeah?
Yes, that's it.
All right, let me hit that subscribe button.
Subscribe.
Thank you very much.
Check some of them out later.
I'm going to put a link in the chat here.
Yeah, if you put a link in there, then everyone can.
Mhm.
So you can look back afterwards, guys, and all go. Oh, by the way, yeah, and what I was going to say he's actually, if you like to watch this, hit the like button, like and subscribe.
Oh, yeah, there's loads of good videos here.
I know it has subscriptions in the Drone Seekers YouTube channel, sort of goes up and down like a yo-yo. Film some.
I mean, I pretty much started on doing bridges because it was easy to fly in the river. I wasn't sure on the rules, so I would always fly under a bridge and things like that, and just progressed into different things. And
I must admit, I have got to think about viaducts and waterfalls. I don't know what it is.
yeah, like them as well, Terry. Yeah, I think it's probably because there's loads in Britain.
Well,
We've
yeah,
got the perfect site lined up for you, Steve.
you have.
Yep. The Bridge of Five Eyes and the Bridge of Four Eyes,
Yes.
plus a high-speed train viaduct.
Okay. This is an FPV challenge, is it?
Yeah, definitely.
I was
Yeah,
very
Tracy.
tempted. I was very tempted yesterday. There was some like windows in that mine. You see, like obviously the windows you can see there. I thought, shall I?
I'd have been through them.
I'd have been
through them straight away, mate.
I thought I'm going to go straight through that and smash right into that wall.
No, I'd have been through them.
Hi, Kim. How are you, Kim? Yeah,
Hello, Kim.
Kim, we missed you yesterday, mate. We really missed you. And Shane wanted to show all his cameras to you. Shane bought about 1,000 weight. He had a backpack on. He flew the weight of it. Honestly, I thought he had a body in there or something. I thought, what have you got in there? He said, cameras. I said, cameras? Well, they made of brick. What is that? It's
They're solid state.
I thought, yeah, I can say what I thought, honestly. The people, when he's got lenses like, I thought, the paparazzi's arrived, Yeah, I actually looked around yesterday. There were 5 of us yesterday. I looked around and thought to myself, the amount of thousands of pounds worth of equipment right here in the middle of the Peak District, which will added value to the place. Yeah.
Well, Steve, what you're talking about there is when people get concerned in the United States about remote ID that the FAA is talking about. What remote ID will allow people to do with an app on their phone is tell what drone that is up in the air and where the controller is located at. So one of the concerns is, to your point, you've got thousands of dollars worth of equipment. Somebody's going to be able to zone in on right where you're at, So I don't know.
Oh, Gary's got now sort of same vibes to Gary, and he said, "Tell me about this week parting shot for me. My grief counsellor died yesterday. I didn't give a shit. Shame Regan said, "Job." Gary,
I'm trying to steal your job.
No, you can have it.
but just some Billy.
No.
You're
You're not allowed to quit.
No, quit. It's nearly time as well.
I know.
What's that?
The Terry's
Time.
joke, mate. A bit early.
It's a bit
5
too
10
early.
minutes early.
Oh,
Well,
look.
I better quit messing around then, huh?
So,
Oh, have we got time for that?
No,
What
that's
day?
what
What
it
day?
talks about.
Oh,
you
I
don't
want-
want that, Jackie. You
I
don't
do.
want
I do. What I want is the Skydio FPV Mini.
Hey, you never know.
Jackie, anyway, that Skydio's broken. Look, two of the props are on the top and two of the props are on the bottom.
It's an 1.5-inch sensor.
Yeah.
The camera is really underrated on this drone. I think it's I believe it's like a 1/2.3. It's not like it's a huge sensor, but it really the camera is amazing, and it will shoot an HDR 4K. So
And it does colours like the GoPro, doesn't it?
got GoPro color science. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jackie just wants that drone so she can push it to the
I want that
limit.
drone.
Don't you?
I want that drone.
You just
I want
wanna
that
rock-
drone just to follow me everywhere. Right. I'll get one day.
Connie,
I'll get one Monday.
where's Connie's from? Chris, I'll take this up. Is that in the Peak District? Because we decided yesterday that one trip to the Peak District is certainly not enough, so we need to go again sometime in the near future. Preferably it's not raining too much. Right, so
I'm playing games. Sorry.
the high GoPro to set the color science.
They did. They hired some GoPro engineers to do the
Excellent.
color science on it. That's Bill Thomas over at Coast to Coast Drones. He has a Skydio 2 as well.
Oh.
Oh, Doncaster.
Doncaster.
I might take longer to get up to Newcastle. I think I won't get up to Newcastle about Christmas time. I'm going to stop in Doncaster. They said, what's this? Yes, Chris has got himself a Mavic 2 Pro. He did. He don't. And he's also got a Mini 2. Haven't you, Chris?
He's doing well.
He's making a cake. He's trying to compete with Marcus, he told me. I said, you've got no
Oh,
time.
that's
You've
laughable.
got no I said,
Where that?
well, I said to him, pop over to Idaho and see if we can do a deal with Marcus. I said, I'm sure Sarah will be pleased to have some of the room back. Hello, Ray.
You get a coffee.
Captain
Ray.
Ray Kelly.
Captain Ray.
So I think we should
Captain
actually-
Ray.
I think we should actually watch another video now.
Yes.
Yes. This is the place I know. I know this place. There you go.
Nice. I like that.
Steve, it says Jesmond Dean 1 at the bottom, but that was Jesmond Dean 2. The video.
I missed one of ones out. I'm just rolling numerals. I'm just testing you, Billy, to see if you actually notice.
Yeah.
So you can catch some more of Billy's videos on skyhighvideos.uk.
We Go Adventures is asking about the music, and that's Epidemic Sound, isn't it, Billy?
Yes.
She's done it. Ray Kelly says, "Don't laugh. I'm editing a cardboard boat race video."
Cool.
So that'll be good.
That worked. A cardboard boat race. That didn't last very long. Then.
You get about 3 meters. Sorry,
Well,
12 feet.
There is a tradition here in the United States in some places that they have what they call milk carton boat races, where they build boats out of milk cartons, glue them together or tie them together. I don't know. Similar.
Yeah.
Like fun?
Yeah.
And they do sink.
I'm not really surprised, to be fair. Kim says, "Fantastic, Billy, and flying close to the trees was definitely my cup of tea." Yeah, Kim likes to take chances as well.
What drone did you use?
That was the Mini 2.
The Mini. Thought
Yeah.
so. You got in some real tight spaces with that, didn't you? Cool.
The Mini 2 is just phenomenal for precision flying like that. I just love that. That's the only drone that I'm even remotely comfortable doing stuff like that.
You can't do it with a Fimi. The only thing with a Fimi is it's obviously the wing base is 3 times the size, and it's the amount of air that it produces. You get a lot of turbulence, close points. If you're close to things, it'll blow it all over.
Yeah.
But the Mini sound, you do internals, brilliant.
Yeah, the Mini, I love it. I mean, ironically, the last drone I sort of charged up before I went out yesterday morning. I had to finish off in the hotel actually because I've just run out of time. And guess what? I didn't even fly it. Well, because we had to walk down this path, I thought, right, okay, so I'm going to take either the Mini or the Mavic 2 Pro. Mavic 2 Pro, or I'm sort of tossing stuff up. No, I'm going to fly a bit of FPV. So, of course, FPV and the Mavic 2 Pro. So the poor old Mini 2's on, what about me? What about me?
Oh.
So I've apologised for a
What
few.
weight's that, Steve? The Mavic? What weight?
The weight,
Yeah.
just under a kilo.
So it's a bit heavier than the Fimi. And the Air, is the Air 2 about 600 kilograms?
I don't know.
I'm thinking it, like you said, I'm pretty sure it's probably just under a kilo. Probably, yeah. It's well, you know what? Let me look it up and I'll tell you.
Yeah. Mark is Google it right out.
On the Google.
I mean, it makes a big difference in the wind, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's just weird. I mean, but my FPV SC, Terry, I mean, I don't know if I've actually got a problem with it because I'll tell you what, I mean, when there was interference at that mine, but I couldn't fly that far without getting a complete sort of like loss of video from showing the home and all that was going on there.
I did get that week. Jackie and I were out on Tuesday, and we were at an old mine, and I must have been about 400 meters away, and I started to lose signal, and it braked, lifted itself up, and then we carried on.
Well, that mine was an old lead mine, so whether that's got any consequence or not, I don't know.
I could do, yeah.
So Billy was pretty darn close, 595 grams.
He said
Oh,
600.
it's a bit out,
He said
though, isn't it?
600 though.
It's not 600 though.
The price
Yeah.
is right. Yeah. I know. Send the rain.
It does make a big difference in the wind.
Right.
Ray says no flying snakes. It's raining. Sounds like the UK. Ray, you're not in the UK. Are you?
Oh, Ray.
Oh, look.
Ah,
Is he still in California?
This is America.
He's in
He's in-
California.
He's in New York. upstate New York.
Yeah, but doesn't he
Probably
go
on
to
his
California?
boat.
I thought he
Going
goes to
down the
California
Hudson.
on his boat. Yeah.
The whole I misunderstood. What were you saying?
Wasn't Ray goes to California though, on his boat?
No, he goes to Florida. Florida.
Florida.
Are you trying to tell me something?
It's not 9 o'clock
it
yet, Jackie.
It is, yeah.
It's 10-2. That's your slot.
Oh,
It's time.
Oh, come on.
See, I get the hint. See, they not.
You get the hint. I'll set up.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
And now it's time for Terry's Joke of the Week.
Terry.
Oh, hello. I just thought, actually, I thought I'd give you a day in the diary of an Audi driver. See, the other day I was cruising along as usual, coming onto one of my motorways, which was very busy with inferior cars, of course. First off, I couldn't believe that the Hollywood traffic didn't slow down for me at all. As I came off the slip road, I had to squeeze into a barely big enough gap between two cars in order to get onto my motorway. And the driver of the car behind me, he did realise his mistake though, and he honked me an apology. Very long blast on his horn, but unbelievably it was there. And I had to do the same again before I could get to the Audi lane. Anyway, once I was in the Audi lane, pointing along at about 110 mile an hour, enjoying the adulation that the inferior car drivers were giving me, I noticed an inferior car ahead of me, which was not only in the Audi lane of my motorway, but was driving at a ridiculously 70 miles an hour. Naturally, I got within a foot or so of his rear bumper, flashed my headlights to remind him he shouldn't be in the Audi lane of my motorway and get out of the way. Of course, once he realised it was an Audi behind him, he did just that. But I could hardly believe it when he pulled straight back out behind me. He also tried to keep up with me. When he realised I would outrun him, he put on some blue lights on his front grille and urged me to go into the hard shoulder so that he could congratulate me on my excellent car. Needless to say, I was eager to follow his instructions and oblige him. And when we stopped, the man gave me a piece of paper confirming what I already knew. My car goes fast. Apparently, he wants everyone to know what a superior car I have. So I had to take my driver's license to a police station to be sent away to have some points put on. And they're not free, though. They are certainly not free. £20 each. I was only allowed 3. But the man at the police station said, that's because I drive an Audi. It wouldn't be much longer before I earned the full 12 points. And then I wouldn't even need a driving license. So they would take it off me. See, now that's the sort of respect you get when you own and drive an Audi.
Now that is that.
Terry's Joke of the Week.
Terry, are you sure it was an Audi, not a BMW?
Well, I was thinking it might have been a Corvette, but I thought, nah, better not. It wasn't a joke, but I saw that and I thought, that is so funny. That is so typical.
Do you know what though, Terry? The strange thing about it is I think it was a Mercedes, and I think he was behind me on the A1 the other day. And or it could have been a Range Rover. I'm not sure. It was either a Range Rover or an Audi or a Mercedes. I can't remember. Or it could have been all 3 of them.
Well, it wouldn't have been a BMW though. What's that?
What's this?
Whiskey Jack says.
He's talking about Loch Ness.
Woo! Don't do it.
What happened, Jackie?
Well, let's just say you can see everything. I won't go down.
Oh, okay.
Moves.
So, I don't want any of you to try this, please. Jackie
Yeah,
tried
no
it.
children. No children.
No, definitely no children. Right, oh. Lost Girl. That's Marcus. Help
Lost
me out
Girl
here.
Hikes.
It's I forgot her name. Marcus, help me out. Lost Girl Hikes is. You forgot as well, haven't you?
Lost
Angie.
Girl Hikes.
Yeah.
That's who
Angie.
she is.
Angie.
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 I don't know. I thought it might have been Jackie.
Was Angie. Angie, welcome.
Angie, I told you. And that was Motty's Drone World.
Matty's Drone World.
Matty's Drone World.
That's Matt. He lives in Florida.
Yeah, Florida.
Yeah.
So it could be Angie. Maybe she's all laughing at because everyone don't know her name.
No, it's Angie.
Angie.
Angie. Lost
Just like the
Girl
Rolling
Hikes.
Stones song.
That sounds like a channel I need to check out as well. I
It
like
is.
the sound of
Yeah.
that.
Right, well, we have.
No, her name's Lol.
No,
You just put it down there, look, Lol.
that's all for Lolly.
No, Lolita.
Lolita. Oh,
No,
Right.
it's Angie.
Angie. Right, anyway, welcome, Angie. I don't think we've seen you on before. I really need, well, I think someone else should write them down for me because I keep forgetting, obviously. Right, we have one more video. And you're right, by the way, Billy, you're right, I have actually got it here. That last video was, yeah, Jesmond Dean 2. I should pronounce that one. Anyway, this is one of my favourite places. So we'll just watch this video.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No,
I like that.
maybe nobody just joined us. Oh, no, someone was it Gene? Was it Gene? Someone just said they were driving.
Gene
Yeah.
Fox, Green Mountain Droning.
Droning. How do you
Yeah.
drive and watch this? I'm probably just listening, maybe. Eyes on the road, please. Look out!
I bet he's driving an Audi.
Oh, was that the Audi where you sit in the back?
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
With a tablet. I want one of them cars. Yeah, definitely want one of them
Who's
cars.
got the telly on?
Not me.
What's on?
There's something going on in the background. Yeah.
Facebook user, brilliant work, Billy. Who's that?
Oh, I turned it off.
Is it Shane?
Look at the
Or
lot
is it-
monster. Nice.
Yeah, Billy, you're an artist, man. I'm telling you, that's awesome
That
videography.
was Shane.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh,
Thank
Shane.
you, Marcus.
Yep, Shane. I think Shane quite enjoyed that little outing up to the Peak District, and we're going to go up there again. That's great, absolutely brilliant places to film up there. So we just have to get around. Well, see, that's the trouble, Billy. Around here, where I live in East Anglia, there's nothing to
Yeah.
film. Apart from, I mean, you got lots of bridges there. Very good.
Oh, loads, yeah.
Bridges.
I mean, Berwick's at the borders. You could do that on your way up to Scotland.
The link is further up there somewhere. Here.
Yeah.
I've
We'll
got
see it, Jack.
somewhere. Mark has done something with it. It's here somewhere. I don't know where it is. I've lost it. It's gone. No, it's here somewhere. We're looking up Sky High videos.
Yeah. Hey, Chuck, I'm going to put that link back up for Billy's channel.
Yep, check it out. And we'll catch you next week, by the way. Thanks for watching, as always. Right, okay, well. So, anyway, well, it's good to have you on, Billy. Really,
Yeah,
thanks
been
for
brilliant.
joining, and thanks for sharing your videos and what have you. And
Yeah, brilliant.
and I
Yeah.
will look you up when we're up in when I'm just before I come up. I'll let you know and contact you, and perhaps we can sort of hook up and go flying if the weather's
good chat,
kind
yeah.
to us. On the other hand, if it doesn't, perhaps
problem.
we just join and go for a beer. or both, whatever.
Or
Anyway,
both. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks ever so much for joining us, and guys, thanks very much for watching, and don't forget to hit that like button, and we'll be back as normal next week.
Thanks, everybody.
And,
Thank you.
Until then, catch up and
Oh,
stay safe, be safe, and everything else. Keep everything safe. Blah de blah. Blah de blah.
Blah,
Blah.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us tonight on the Drone Seekers Sunday Show. It's good night from us until next time. Stay safe and fly safe.